now. You can never lose if you never quit. Overwhelmed and submerged, but you never submit. You got stand power, stronger than cement. Trust me, all the hard times I ever seen. You got a high purpose, high calling. Even when you alone, you're still important. It might seem impossible, but just keep moving forward. It's not the destination, the journey is rewarded. Don't be a worrier, be a warrior. You'll be the winner at the end of the story, victorious. Doesn't matter where you start, you can win. Doesn't matter where you from, you can win. Doesn't matter if it's hard, you can win. You can win, you can win. You might have lost before, but you can win. When your back's against the wall, you can win. When it's one against 1,000, you can win. You can win, you can win. You might have you are stronger than your fears and setbacks, never forget that. Nothing on this earth can overpower you. You got the strength to power through, living truth. Digging the roots, better Bruce. Dig deep in your soul, you got a lot to use. A lot to lose now, you can never lose if you never quit. Overwhelmed and submerged, but you never submit. You got stand power, stronger than cement. Trust me, all the hard times I ever seen. You got a high purpose, high calling. Even when you alone, you're still important. It might seem impossible, but just keep moving forward. It's not the destination, the journey is rewarded. Don't be a worrier, be a warrior. You'll be the winner at the end of the story, victorious. Doesn't matter where you start, you can win. Doesn't matter where you from, you can win. Doesn't matter if it's hard, you can win. You can win, you can win. You might have lost before, but you can win. When your back's against the wall, you can win. When it's one against 1,000, you can win. You can win, you can win. You might have you are stronger than your fears and setbacks, never forget that. Nothing on this earth can overpower you. You got the strength to power through, living truth. Digging the roots, better Bruce. Dig deep in your soul, you got a lot to use. A lot to lose now, you can never lose if you never quit. Overwhelmed and submerged, but you never submit. You got stand power, stronger than cement. Trust me, all the hard times I ever seen. You got a high purpose, high calling. Even when you alone, you're still important. It might seem impossible, but just keep moving forward. It's not the destination, the journey is rewarded. Don't be a worrier, be a warrior. You'll be the winner at the end of the story, victorious.
I must confess, I've been a very bad boy. Been sleeping around, talk of the town. My name is Hollywood will beckon. Everyone will listen. Play my video, hear me on the radio. Dance to the disco, no one ever says no. I'm willing to sleep my way to the top. I wanna be popular. I don't wanna keep my feet on the ground. I wanna be popular. I'm willing to sleep my way.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to our Saturday morning edition of the Walking This Way's Impact Voice podcast. Of course, I'm your host, Furman Jackson Jr. We're broadcasting again out of the DFW, Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas metropolitan area. Some call Dallas the Triple D, some call Fort Worth Funky Town, but we are here out of DFW metropolitan area. We're live streaming on all social media platforms from YouTube to Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitch, you name it. And most importantly, thank y'all for continuing supporting with us, rocking with us every week as we continue to bring great episodes every week, every Tuesday, every Wednesday, and every Saturday. I also want to welcome my lovely co-host out of Miami, Florida, the Kingdom Chick herself, Miss Nancy. See, how are you doing on this lovely? I know it's noon where you at. It's still morning where we
Yeah,
at. So how are you
12
doing?
o'clock over here. Doing good.
Man, awesome stuff. I know you had an amazing week. I know y'all did an outreach just Thursday night. Am I correct? How did that go?
Yeah.
How was it? How was the outcome? Let the viewers
Um,
know what it was all about.
it was great. We went to the strip club outreach. We shared the love of God with a bunch of ladies, and they were all super sweet, super embracing, and we just got to spend time with them and share and pray with them as well.
mean, you know what? That's awesome. You know, better to go out there and do the work of the Lord and be at the and reach people where they at. You know, I thought about the other
Yeah,
night when the Apostle Paul I became all things, to all men that they might be saved. You got to go where they at. You got to go down to the level to bring them up, and it takes a soldier like you, Nancy, better go out there into the deep of the deep because a lot of people don't even want to touch that. To them, that's
yeah,
filthy, that's nasty. But you have to reach the people where they at, and we have a person that's right there with us this morning. I consider this a lady a pioneer. I consider her a dear friend of mine. She gave me opportunities on her platform when I was back home in Mobile, Alabama. But she's been a voice. I consider her a voice for the voiceless. She comes out there putting out work in Mobile, Alabama. She's recognized not just in Mobile, but she recognized all across the regions. She's consistent with her work. She's a woman of integrity. She's a woman of great character. She's all about righteousness because we need more righteous people as herself, and as well as even in these fields, in these streets, in this world. So I
yeah,
want to welcome the founder of the Jazzy Red Show. She's not just a television host; she's the entrepreneur in her own right. She's an author, and she's a mother as well, grandmother, and she's just awesome. And I had to reach out to her to bring her on here on the platform. This is the first time actually going virtual, but you know, it's always new opportunities, new chapters, everything. So, Jazzy, thank you for taking time out. You over there to schedule to be on here on the Walking This Way Impact with podcast as well live streaming from Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas, and home Nathan with live streaming from Miami. And I know you're in with live streaming from Mobile, Alabama, my hometown. So big shout out to Mobile, Alabama. So how you doing this morning? Here. What's going on? What's the great things you're doing? So go ahead and introduce yourself to the audience here on the Walking This Way Impact Voice podcast.
You know something, Freeman? I do this. I've been doing these interviews for us. I've been interviewing other people, so I'm so used to interviewing other people. I don't ever. You are the only person that have interviewed me. You're the only person that have interviewed me. Really, I've been on TV 16 years. But Mr. Freeman Jackson, walking his way, he's the only person that have interviewed me, and I like it because he let you talk. Uh, if you get on the news, they want to cut things and edit, and I feel that some things people say need to be in there. They need to stay in there, as long as
yeah,
it's not profanity. And I'll watch my mouth while I'm on here. I'll watch my mouth. I'll be very professional. Okay. Saved lady, how you doing? But I'm
good.
real. I'm one of them sisters that'll tell you. I just will tell you. I told them in my book, and I'll tell you on the job. I'll tell you where I worked. Whatever. I worked in the shipyard 44 years, a lady welder. And if I hear you doing something wrong, I'm gonna straighten you out. Mothers need that. We need some other mentor out there to talk to our children because sometimes your kids won't listen to you.
Yeah,
Right.
Sometimes they won't listen to you, but if somebody out there in their ear telling them the right thing, they'll listen.
You're right about
We
that.
listen.
And
All right.
you're right about that, Jazz. And I appreciate you. Like I said, you've been doing this for a very, very long time. You always looking out for other people. You'll give your last just to help other people. Now that you always just giving back to people. Where did all that originate from? I know it's not about you, but I know it's the people you come in contact with. You always giving. What did that spirit? Where did that resonate from?
From my mom. My mother would go out and party, but she would bring people home and feed them. And I asked her once, I said, Mom, why you bring all these drunk people home? I'm a little girl. You bring these drunk people home and feed them for, and make us get up and fix her gumbo, get hot sauce. When they come in, we knew to go get hot sauce and ketchup and bread. We knew what to do. Well, Mama told me that we are not supposed to judge people and that we supposed to help them. And she messed me up. She messed me up. I remember one Christmas, somebody's house had burned down, and I liked my piano. Fast Domino played on my piano. See, Freeman, years ago, they could come in town and be like regular people. Ike
Okay.
Tina Turner, all of them. If they came to Mobile, they were like regular people. They would go up on the avenue and go to clubs and stuff. And Mama brought Fast Domino home. He played on my piano. When my mama tried to get that piano away, I was fighting, crying. I was just, I didn't want her to give my piano away. I said, you can give all my Bobby dolls. You can give all my Archie and Betty comics away. do not give my piano because I'm gonna play piano. When Mama gave that piano to that man, and I seen that man get those toys, and in tears in his eyes, he told me, he said, "That's your mama." I said, "Yeah." He said, "She a good person." So I had to let that piano go. I never played piano anymore though. I ain't play piano, but I seen the look on that man's face when he received toys for his kids. He was dressed and had the suit on and stocking socks, dressed up because he had on some clothes, but he had everything. He had lost everything in his house. That started it. That Crunkit. Another thing Crunkit about me caring about other people. When I was a little girl, I had brought this clown to show you something. When I was a little girl, we always had great Christmases because my stepfather had a good job. So I had a friend. She didn't have anything, and the kids were laughing at her and janking her, saying, "Oh, Santa Claus ain't bringing you nothing." And she said, "I got a clown." And she showed her clown. And they laughed and talked about her. And I told her, I said, could your clown spend the night with me? I'll let you have my Barbie doll. She can stay with you. See? And she felt better. I I like they call the underdog, the ones that's losing. Them the
Yes,
kind
ma'am.
of people I like, man, because I mean
Me
we
too.
wasn't rich, but we wasn't poor, totally poor. I didn't know what a food stamp looked like in the 60s, man, until I went to middle school, And I told my mama, "You don't love me because you don't give me no stamps." She said, "Your daddy got a good job. You can't get them, little red girl." But I she just taught me compassion. You know something? One time I brought some dope home. I thought it was medicine. We was up on the avenue and someone had threw a bag. So I opened the bag and it was a syringe and a bottle. And I said, "Oh, somebody medicine." So I took the medicine to my mama. I didn't know it was skag, okay? They called it skag. It was some kind of dope. So mama got it and mama said, "Where you get that from?" And she whooped me for picking it up. But I said, "I don't understand grown people because I'm bringing you medicine to help people."
Oh wow.
So mama put the word out on the avenue that her daughter found some medicine and that they can come and get their medicine. And it was a line of people owning up to that dope trying to get it. Mama was fighting them. Every time I want to walk up, she was fighting them. "You left it there for my daughter." I just always brought stuff home. I wanted to help people, man. I wanted to help them, Freeman. That's what it's about. If you don't help nobody in this world, I don't see how you sleep good. I sleep good at night. Being a little girl and selling lemonade and Kool-Aid. See, because I never met my father, but I had a stepfather. But I would sell lemonade and Kool-Aid. And Freeman, we're gonna get into how I learned how people really were. I would sell lemonade, Kool-Aid, go get all my candy, cooking ice cream, and we spread a blanket out, and we would sing around the campfire, join the campfire girls. The guys would say, "Children, join the campfire children." They were eating all my stuff up, and I liked giving. But one day I didn't come out, and a girl said, knock on my door. She said, "You gonna bring your candy, cooking ice cream out?" She had laid it out with her hand. I looked at her in her eyes. "No, I'm not bringing it out no more. I'm not coming out no more." I had to learn that some people will use you. They will now. So I learned another way to do it as I got older. If we're in the club and you need some peppers and milk, well, okay, we're gonna all get together and get this peppers and stuff. We're gonna take it to your house. How about that? We're gonna go to your old lady and take baby milk in there. We don't give you no money. I had to learn to do that because I would just give out of pocket, working in the yard. But they taught me. So when you help people pay their utilities, you pay the utility place. You call the light, water, gas, and you pay that. That way it'll be an honest way to distribute your money. I also found out that if you call to help somebody, it was a man gonna lose his house. This was years ago. We in the shipyard, we getting money together. So when I called the place that owned his home, I called this bank. I said, "Sir, we're taking up money for him, but right now I got about $160." This was years ago. I said, "I got about $160." I said, Can I we're getting some more, but I want to get you this because tomorrow I'm gonna have some more. You know what that man told me? He said, you know something? We need more people like you in the world. He said, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make sure that I refinance him because he had two houses. He said, we're gonna refinance both his houses and we're going to make sure he keep his property. And I'm saying, why they didn't do that for him in the beginning? But when you, somebody that don't even know this person, or maybe just work with them, and they're not your kin people, if you call, you pass that compassion through the phone. It go through the line. It wake them up. Sometimes people need a wake up call. And if you ever meet me, I am her. I'm her.
Yeah, because I know, like I said, you've been doing it for a very long time, and it's not for show. This is who you are, behind the cameras, behind the scene when the lights aren't on, the cameras aren't on, and you always have that heart of giving. We know when you give, you won't lack anything, but you're always doing that to benefit the community. And we know, go biblical for the moment, the Bible do talk about give. And then when we do give, we should not expect anything in return. We in that time
That's
now, Jay. You see that when people did give, they want it. Well, what you gonna do for me? But you don't realize when you give out of pureness of your heart, God gonna bless you 100-fold because you did with a pure heart. You're not, well, what's in it for me? What's in it for me? But God's gonna take care of you. And then what they do is on them, because He always talk about giving. The scriptures lets you know, like John the Baptist said, if you have two coats, give one to the other one who don't have a coat. But we don't think like that. We think, oh, it's about me, it's about me.
oh no.
And it's not about us, though. We just one step away from being out here on these streets. We just one
That's
step
right.
away of
That's
losing
right.
everything.
That's right. We can get hurt in the blink of an eye. But what I found out is that God will have, if you give, God will have somebody that gonna help you. Somebody gonna come to give you. One time I wanted to get something hooked up to my house, a generator. I told you about a generator. So
Yes, ma'am.
I never had a charge card in my life. I always worked one shipyard job or two. So I wanted to get it hooked up for other people. My mom had a breathing problem, and it was her Katrina had come, and I didn't have it. And I said, you know something? I said, Lord, I seen a lady call in, and she had children on breathing machine, and she needed some generators and gas. She had an inverter we using her car. So I seen these people, man, that Shell, Chevron, all of them start giving her gas, Lowe's and them, and Home Depot brought a generator. And I'm saying, I know that people can do this. So I always felt that we could do it. But anyway, when I got that generator, it sat back there about 6 months. I kept trying the overtime was down. I kept trying to get overtime so I can hook it up. A young man that I had been talking wisdom to, his wife, something happened and she had passed, and he had sued this place. Okay. So I said the prayer Jabez. I said, Lord, I want to hook my generator. I got to help people. I want them to have somewhere to plug their phones up, fix coffee for them, fix food for them. I had already prepped because my kitchen was big enough to have 2 stoves and 2 refrigerators. Not bragging, but I bought the house and I had it and I brought it to them. So, okay. So I said, I can fill my stuff up and I can have it. I need my generator. A young man came to my door. He said, Red, my shipment come in. He said, I won my lawsuit. I said, oh, good. You going to be a businessman. He said, I'm just like you. I try to pay cash. I pay cash, and that's the way I'm going to be. He said, how much is it to hook your generator up? I said, it's 2005. That young man said, I'm going to give you that. I said, no, you're going to lend it to me, and I'm going to pay you back. I said, and every 2 weeks, I'm going to give you $300. And you're gonna take that and put it in a trust fund for your kids. You're gonna take what I pay back. You're gonna put it in a trust fund for your kids' college. I said, you gotta invest your money. But he blessed me. I said the prayer to bed and laid down. That young man lent me that money. He really said giving it to me, but I paid that back. I paid it back. If you want to do something to help somebody else, God will always make a way. And Freeman, I don't worry about me. I don't worry about me. I really don't. I know Coles Brown with the kitchen, Paulette Harden, my RN friend, Sophia Daycare. I know so many business people. If I need a plate of food for somebody, Coles Brown gonna give it to me. I ain't got to even go up there. You tell them bring the family on up there. I learned that if we build a train network, you know how to say, come on, ride the train, don't ride it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. If we build up a network, we can take care of our own. You know,
I agree.
I'm not ever going to go and say, well, I got a 501c. I want y'all to lend me some. That takes a certain person that's able to do that. I got a lot of pride. I'd rather just work and try to help you myself or call
Yeah.
around. And if somebody hungry, we get a box together. I say, okay, I know a young girl needs something to eat. We gonna get a box together. I'm gonna call Deborah. I'm gonna call somebody. I'm gonna make some phone calls. And I got to have it. I got to have it. Pastor Haywood would give out clothes. So there I go. I got a person that give out clothes, people that own restaurants, folks that can employ people. Coach have hired. I've sent people up there, and he would hire him. So I want to get like him because I only have 2 employees, but they've been with me for years. One has been with me ever since I started the show. So yeah, I'm boss lady. I'm boss lady. You know, and boss lady over the limo service. I'm boss lady. What I do is I want certain people, certain kind of people can work for me. Everybody can't work for everybody. Everybody, you gotta love people, man. I might say, hey, I don't have the money this week. My people gonna put that show on because they know when I sell a commercial, I'm coming back. The show is got to stand on its own feet now. I must mention my show was free for over 14 years. And then even when you start charging, and it's a business, but when you start charging, it still take a while before people transition over to, oh, you charging now? You know, because you've been giving it away. You can keep giving it away. Some of them feel, but I'm charging now, and I'm not high, and they get more than a minute because you can't tell nobody what you're doing or explain your business in a minute, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, a candidate come on my show. The candidate gonna come over there. Well, I'm running for office, and I just want you to vote for me. How? That's it. Or like the young folks say, boom. I don't know nothing about you. So I have to sit them down and let them tell what they did. Did you go to college? I want them to talk about themselves because you don't have to go to college, but it would be a networking thing that would help. You know,
Right.
you got to beat them. If you know how you're going to win an office, just do something. Get out in the community, start feeding people. Don't start doing that crap around Christmas to get your tax write-off. Mm. Do that
Right.
stuff all year and for years, and then if you run for anything, I promise you, hands down, people gonna vote for you. People gonna vote for you. People don't understand, Freeman. A lot of people that I learned, Mama would drink, so she brought people home that drink, and those people got wisdom. Alcoholics or people that drink or people that got drugged, they done made a wrong turn in their life, but they can tell you something. You know what made me not never want to kill nobody? Not only reading all these books, but when I was a little girl, alcoholic, a man was on, he was drunk then. He said, little girl, little red girl, I'm gonna tell you something. I have a little afro. He said, if you kill someone, you'll have a spot of blood in your hand. So when I was a little girl, I walk around looking in everybody's hand. I'm
Mhm.
looking to see if they a murderer, they got a red spot in their hand. So I would always look in their hand. That wasn't what he was trying to tell me. He was telling me I was going to be a marked person, just like Cain and Abel. And Cain, you're going to be marked. You're going to have a mark on you that you can pray to get off. You can say Psalm 51 and get it off of you. And Jazzy done read the Bible all the way through twice. I only read, let me tell you why I read it. Okay, I know about God, I come up Catholic, but I was going to publish my book. So I said, you God, you let me write. Now I got to read about you now. I got to come on and read about you before I get this thing finished and printed up. So I started reading little bitty chapters, like Hosea, you
Right.
know.
Yes, ma'am.
Then I had to go to the big one. Then when I finished, I said, now you know something done. Now I got to start in the beginning. Could have did that in the beginning. But I read it in a translation Bible. And what I give out is translation Bible, New International Bible, huh? Because they understand it better. When they pick up King James, it's not a loss to them.
Mm.
I've had people to tell me that was even in the ministry. preacher lady. I don't know your name, Miss Nancy. See, you know what they
Nancy.
told me? You done read the Bible, but I said, did you read the Bible? He said, no, I ain't got to read it. You got to read it and understand it. That's what they told me. I said, well, okay, but it wasn't kind of hard. I read all of it. So if you read all of it, get some time. You ain't got to read it all just back to back. Just get some time and read the Bible. But some of the ministers have told me, Miss Nance, that they had not read the whole Bible. I think they need to do that. I feel.
Yeah,
I,
I agree. I agree. 'Cause it's deeper than what people think.
it
I'm
is.
always,
Yes.
I mean, I'm off into books. I'm off into the Bible. I'm also off into the book. They not the Bible, but like the book of Jasper, Enoch. I'm all into those books because with all that I get a good understanding. And
Tobit,
I'm, yeah, I
Tobit,
got the,
and
yep,
I
yep,
love Tobit. Tobit
yes, ma'am.
really was in a Catholic Bible. So
Hmm.
I love all the books missing from the Bible. And I
Right.
let them read Tobit. Tobit was a man of God, man. That
Yeah, he
man,
was.
he didn't pay 10% of his earning. He gave like 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
He gave a lot. Tobit
Right.
gave a lot. If somebody was a Kenya to heal and they didn't like his kinfolk, so they would kill one somebody come where he was from, he would stop eating and go hide the body. And then that late at night he'll go bury him. He would give, man. So when it was for him, when he went blind, it was for him to have some money. He sent his son, and God had already had an angel to take him where he had to go. And that
Yeah.
was a journey. If y'all read Tobit, the book of Tobit, it would just blow you away. He told this angel, Raphael, told him how to get cataracts off your eye. Now I don't know if it was the fish that were biting him. I don't know if it was his heart, liver, or kidney that they burned and made ashes. But you drop ashes of one of them in his dad eye, and his dad could see again. So what if that's a miracle, huh? But what if it was for him? But they got natural stuff now that do
They do.
things. Read that Bible. That Bible got all kind of. Read the books missing from the Bible. Read the Bible, then read the books missing from the Bible. Now they got it where you can play it and just listen to it. You ain't even got to from the Bible
Right.
on, just play it and listen to it. But I was blown away with some of the men and women of God that told me that they hadn't read the whole Bible. So I was looking like, so when they're giving you a scripture, that's why it take 2 hours to get it to you. Because I come up Catholic, we can stay long. Bless me, Father, get my little stuff and I go. But maybe it take 2 hours to get it through to them. I don't know, and get it to themselves too. And I'm not bashing pastors. I'm just saying. Now I interviewed Geno Jennings, and that went viral.
Right.
Uh, 10 years ago, I
Yeah.
interviewed Geno 10 years ago, and I like him. I said, Geno, you kind of cut him. He said, I don't cut him, Dad. Scripture do. I said, oh, okay. So I've interviewed him, man, and I mean, I've had a lot of people on though. Freeman, Michelle Obama when she christened the boat. I've had that on. And most of the churches are the one get the hits on my YouTube because though I've been on YouTube 14, 15 years, I'm basically into my TV show. But most of the people they want to hear some good preaching, some good teaching. I like them to teach them. If you teach them, they'll do better. Miss Nancy Kingdom Chick, Nancy C. Isaiah 3:16, where he said God will judge the haughty Jewish women, the one that walk around with their forced neck, they act like they're all that. They walk around like they're better than other people, and they have these twinkling bracelets on their ankles, and they're dressed in that entire with all that jewelry around and those skulls and ankle chain. What did he tell them? He told them. He said, for all of you all, you got your perfume, you smelling good. He said, your well set hair fall off. You're going to wear a sackcloth. Hmm. You're going to stink. Instead of perfume, you're going to stink. Your well set hair going to fall off. When I read all that, I said, that's it. We're not supposed to act like we better. Them anchor chains, you're going to lose
Yeah,
all of
it's
them.
funny you said that because I posted the other day. God, please keep me from having that better than spirit, because I don't want it. I want to be humble and be able to help
That's
people.
right. That's right. You don't want it. I don't know how to do it. Look, you know how they'll say, I got this deep voice from my mom, right? But they'll say, hi, how are you? I would have to, hi, how are you? I don't know how to do that. I don't know. And I told them, I said, while you are tooting your nose, God is watching you. God is watching everything you do. So
Mhm.
nobody, and once you see people that think they're better, life bring on changes. You can get sick, you can lose weight and not try to lose it. You can have that big shape and all that in Detroit, but later on, hmm, if you humble, then you got people that will love you and help you. I read this book called Ain't I Woman, and it was slave events, and it was telling about this slave that had the white man and thought she was better when she come out. She had a little silk blouse on. He had bought her some stuff. He had sex with her. Okay, I don't know if y'all can say that word on him, but he had sex with her, and she thought she was better than the other slave. She come out and told him, freedom, freedom. That's all I want. And they said when the slave master wife started noticing them kids look like her sold her one way and her kids another way. And the slave said they usually hold each other when something happened and console each other. They said they didn't with her. They just let her walk around and hold her head in shame. See, see, Jezebel. Huh? We don't want that Jezebel spirit. You're very pretty, Miss Nancy C. But by you loving the Lord, it'll make you be beautiful on the inside and out. It's not about looks. It's what you have in your heart and what you got up here. Nobody cares about looks like that. I mean, I know they thinking that's what's going on because a lot of them are going under the knife, getting the BBLs. I done read all them books. That stuff don't make you sick later on. There was one lady, a Freeman. She had every surgery it was. It was a white sister, but she was talking to my friend and Brenda Brown Thompson. She was a nurse, and she was nursing this lady. This lady she was 80 some years old, had a Coca-Cola bottle shape, had everything did to her face, and no, because she was rich, big money, everything. She didn't want for nothing. Okay, now she got sick with all them surgeries. It made her lay in that bed stiff as a bowl. She was like a rock. Her muscles was hard. Nothing moved. And my buddy went in. She said, "Oh, you are so beautiful. You're so pretty." She said, "I am, but I can't do nothing with it." She said, "I can't do nothing with it. All I can do is lay here, stand her up." They put her on a thing and stand her up and wheel her down the hall. All them surgeries made her be rock hard, stand up and down. And I don't wish that on anybody. But be careful of them surgeries. We don't know if they hit a vein or hit a muscle that made all of them paralyzed. That lady could not move and she was hard as a brick. So y'all be careful with these surgeries. You already born the way God wants you. But if you're gonna do a little enhancement, please be careful and do your research and stop going overseas getting all this stuff done.
You
Because they're
know
gonna
what?
mess you up.
I'm glad you brought that up, Jazz, because you had the thing that had to deal with someone's insecurities. Want to be accepted, hate the way they look. 'Cause do you know you got guys, men who make themselves taller, getting surgery to make themselves taller. If they like 5'5", they're having surgery now to make
Yeah,
themselves taller. So they say, well, women
I
said, I
seen
want
that.
a guy that I want a man that's like 6 foot tall, and so these guys are having surgery now to make themselves tall just to get a woman.
I seen that. I'm old school, so I always watched Twilight Zone. I love Twilight Zone. I got all of I got the whole series. They had a lady that was plain looking, but they said she was ugly. So she had to go in there and get this surgery, and she never wanted it. She tried to stay away from it, and they just forced her into it. She just didn't want it. But they had it. They said, "You can pick this model out. What model you want?" And I said, "Look like we are there now. Everybody want to look like somebody, want to be somebody. Be a leader and be yourself.
Be
Sure,
yourself.
we enhance ourselves. We gonna wear a little makeup. I'll be 69 in January, and I just started wearing foundation because of the moles. So I put on a little foundation. I used to wear lipstick. I just don't even have time to put that mess on. I'm out of town in, and I don't want that. I don't. I mean, I got me clothes. I dress when I want to, but I just don't have time for all that. But if that's what make you feel good about yourself, put it on. I probably go somewhere and somebody have to put it on me, okay? Because I don't know how to put it on. But whatever make you feel good, yes. But do research if you're gonna go with surgeries and all that. Please do
Hmm.
research. I've got some horror story. Oh, and let me tell you about the the stuff around your eyes you get.
Uh,
That's a tattoo. So this girl was in a movie, and I looked at her and I seen something kind of under her eye a little bit. I said, "What is that?" She said, "That's where I had that surgery. I had tattoos." She said I had permanent makeup put on. The permanent makeup is a tattoo, but the tattoo had moved down like
Oh my
22,
God.
23, hike, like she finna play football. Yeah, it moved. All tattoos move. One girl had 69 on her neck. I told her years ago, I said, when you get my age, it's gonna be right there. Oh, that means Pisces. I said, well, I thought it meant something else. I just
wow.
want them to know that tattoos move. And when you tell people the truth, they might not want to accept it. I've got some children, they don't want to hear that mess, man. They, oh, mama, you negative. I said, well, I done made it thus far. You know, if you get your tattoos, know they move. I wanted to tell you something else about tattoo frame. My work buddy's son died from tattoos. He had money and he would get them all over his body. The ink poisoned him.
Oh wow.
He died. Okay. So just y'all just be careful. I don't care what you do, because I ain't your mama. I don't care. I mean, I'm okay. I'm okay with it. But when we were modeling, you could not have a tattoo. You couldn't have a hole in your nose, and you know them turn black. I want to let you know. My cousin went and got him when we 15. I said, oh, my mama gonna whip me. I'm not gonna get no tattoo, no earring in my nose. So she did it, and she called me. Fast forward later on, she said, I'm in the church for you. I said, I knew he was gonna get you. He working on me too. Eventually you got to every knee gonna bow. You know that, Miss Nancy. She said I can't put makeup on it. I'm trying to hide it. She said it's jet black, Red. It's black where I had that earring. If I think I don't mind you doing what you want to your body, but I want you to know what's gonna happen later on. When you get that hole in your nose, it wrinkle up, it'll open up wider. And so with your earrings. I barely wear earrings because I wear. So I don't have a big, you know how you can grab that earring and stick it. I gotta fight to put an earring in my ear because it's so little. I just didn't wear a lot of hanging earrings and stuff, and I had to take them out because I was a welding, and it blessed me. Be careful. Take your earrings out at night because they grab on the covers and they go away. They go. You can get your ear split with big earrings. Just take it out. Take it out at night. Your body needs to rest. If you don't get sleep, it shows. Cause I ain't had none. I'm looking rough. I'm looking rough. I'm tired. But I said, I gotta do this, man. He gonna try to interview me. You the only person I let interview me. Look like then that was look when you interviewed me, how long ago that was?
About
Six
about
years,
yeah,
seven,
it was about that time, yeah. Around that time when I was doing blog talk radio.
and nobody has interviewed me other than you. Miss
Well,
Nancy C, do good things because it might not come, it ain't gonna come back. Ain't nobody gonna give you no big old award. You don't get no big old award. And somebody did ask to give me one. I said, I'm your friend. They gonna think it's rigged. I don't want it. Somebody did give me an award. They were from Mississippi though. Somebody gave me an award. I can't think. Electric Band gave me an award through Small, Reginald Small, telling them everything that I done did. I've done a lot. I really have. We've been to New Orleans after the storm with U-Hauls. Wow. To take items to people. No money. We didn't ask for no money. I said, we'll put it all in my house. My house will be in storage. We packed all that stuff all over the pool table and everything. Kitchen. I don't care. Books. We just packed it all in there. Those people were so happy to get something after a storm. They were happy to get a TV down in New Orleans because they didn't have a TV. They're just a regular TV. I ain't talking about no flat screen. The lady said, long as it play, long as it play. I just want a TV. People, don't wait till a natural. I'll say this: don't wait until a natural disaster happen and you go through it before you help somebody. All in Hattiesburg, they say if anything happened to Mobile, call us, Jazz. We coming. You done helped us. You ain't even got to bring us nothing else. Because I'm obsessed with helping. I had brought them so much stuff, they was full. They said, don't bring nothing else. Tell your friends, thank you. Don't bring us nothing else. We've had enough. If you help, then when your city need, they coming. You're going to have some help. And you ain't expecting it. You just say you said call. They coming in droves. So keep helping, Miss Ness. You're going to touch somebody. If you don't touch but one person, I asked with my show to let me help only one person, Lord. If I help one person, then I'll be happy. So the rapper No Cap, he's very successful and rich. He's been on my show as a little boy. I've had people on that say they remember me. Okay. I don't want anything from them. I just want to stay out of trouble. Now I do want the young folks to stay out of trouble. I want that. I'm tired of that. You know, it done got to be the norm to hurt people freely.
Yep.
Anybody can do that. Anybody can take a gun and shoot somebody. Is that being a man or that prove you some kind of woman? Taking somebody's life, stopping their whole family tree. They're not going to have any children or grandchildren anymore of it. Is that what it's about? This is what it has come down to. They need to read the ISIS paper. Pull up ISIS paper by Dr. Francis Cresswell and see what the gun was designed at. You know, I know you about to be censored. Don't you get censored? Do you get censored?
I don't. I don't.
Okay. The gun was designed after the black man penis. They seen that their sperm would eliminate the white race. So they invented the equalizer. The whites invented the equalizer. Would a black man turn to the side? Come on. There goes bullets that omit them, and the penis is the gun. So they designed it after that. Now they have something to kill you. Now we done took it and we're killing each other. I want you all, that's not me now. That's not my saying. That is Dr. Bessie. I mean, not Bessie. Dr. Francis Cress Wilson wrote the ISIS paper. It's on YouTube. Pull it up. Pull it up and get that wisdom. Huh? Pull it up. You've been bamboozled. You've been messed up because you have not read. And now it's not a problem not knowing. The problem is not wanting to know. That's the problem. Now that's the problem.
And you know what, Jazz? We're blessed. When I say we're blessed, God has put us in a position where it's so much information right at our fingertips, and we never utilize it. We utilize it for food. You see it on Facebook, TikTok, people doing all this crazy stuff, distractions. And they doing some major work behind the scene while we're being distracted. Because I know out here in Fort Worth, Texas, a young lady got killed a couple weeks ago. She rolled up on some other females, and I think it was over a man, whatever, and they ended up killing the girl.
Oh wow!
Yeah, she went looking for a fight, and with these group of girls, and they killed her.
You know something? When I was 18, I worked at a club called Powers here, and it was a 3-ring circle. You had your prostitutes, you had your gay men, and you had your gay women. Okay, it was 3-ring circle. But I was a waitress, and I'm 18, so I'm looking at these women saying they don't want their man to work. They want to take care of him. I'm looking like, no, if I got one, he got to work. I found out. So I wanted to know what made these pimps be able to have these women out there like that. The pimps, these men got high self-esteem. Okay. They got a high self-esteem. They nice looking, they keep their nails together, they cross their leg. They're very positive. They have high self-esteem. They find these sisters that are young. Back then, I don't know about now. Back then, they were young and vulnerable, and with him smiling, he got that gold in him out. He ain't got no credit. He don't work nowhere, but he had that self-esteem. So I wanted to know what made that lady say she don't want him to work with her. So I went over there and act like I was waitress, and she gave him some money under the table, and he said, "Baby," he looked at her, kissed on her, looked in her eye. He said, "Baby, I want to make love to you, but until we get that 2-car garage, that big house on the hill, I can't do it until we get it." She went back out there with selling $15 tree to get the big house on the hill.
Manipulators.
I'm looking like, man, I'm 18. I know better than that now. So I began to not like them pimps. I began to not care for them a lot. I said, if they step on my toe, I'm going to whoop him. I'm a beat him. This was when I was 18 now. A lady, a prostitute told me, she said, "I tell you something, Jazz." Well, my name was Red. She said, "I tell you what, little Red good. You come back. How old are you?" I said, "I'm 18. She said, "When you come back 5 years later, you can say 10, come back 5 years later. See if you're talking the same way. I'll be 69 in January." I'm still here. It's what's in your mind. It's going to stay with you. Bad things you're going to get away from. You ain't going to be able to do it. You're not going to be able to do it. You tell the strippers this. I own 3 businesses. Okay? Not bragging. Because I need a limo. I own a limo service. Oh, done held them license for over 28 years. I own a limo service, a publishing company, and this TV show. And all of my businesses. And I've owned license, not only LLC. I own license for them. You tell them. You ain't going to be able to swing around poles all your life. You're going to get my age. You ain't going to be able to open a Coca-Cola bottle almost. Sometimes your strength will go to waste unless you're building it up in the gym. You're not going to be able to keep doing what you're doing. So take your money. If you're working, take your money or business. Put it in Social Security. Huh? Put it in Social Security. I have to save like that in Social Security because I work. I'm a welder. They took Social Security out. I get my retirement. Tell them if they're not putting back, because it's bad to be old and still trying to dance and stuff. How can you do it? I ain't know they had a strip club for old ladies, 70, 60 and 70 and 80 years old. I ain't seen that. Maybe I'm trying to make them have a market. I don't want to, but most of them are young, beautiful girls. But you're not going to be, if you're doing that to get a stepping stone to do something else, then okay, to go to college and be something else. But you ain't going to be able to do it. I guarantee you ain't going to be able to do it when you get 70 years old, 80 years old. Things are going to get them wrinkling. You ain't going to be able to do all that. So please, tell them to take care of themselves. Tell them to love the Lord so the Lord can preserve some of that. They won't be, don't drink whiskey out the bottle. That's not ladylike. Whether you bite me or not on here, I ain't even looked at the comments. Don't drink whiskey out the bottle. That's not very nice. And a guy told me this that woke me up. I used to drink, man. I pull that limo over. I go in the club, party, boy, drinking. He said, a lady can't get too high, Reed. I had to make a pimp decision, just like the pimps. I had to stop. I said, forget partying. My mom told me, do you want your business or you want to drink and party? I said, well, I'll do my business, then I go by the club, mama. If I do a wedding, so I stop by the club. She said, them same people drinking with you. Ada, them same people drinking with you. They're not going to let you ride their kids prom time. I had to make a pimp decision. I had to think about that. And we've been saying pimp decisions since the 70s. Okay? You got to think about it. Think about it. All you got to do is sit down and think. Write some of that stuff down, man. I write all the time. I got a book for it. Write it down. Weigh it out. Put it in this hand and put it in that hand. Put the good things you do in this hand, the bad things you do in this hand, and that bad stuff get to weighing more than that good stuff. Then I think you need to change.
Yeah, you're right. I like that. And also in the comment section, Paulette from Mobile joined the show. Jazzy Red does a lot at Mobile, so that's on the YouTube side. So big shout out to Miss Paulette. Thanks for tuning in and watching the live streaming right now. Some great stuff.
Paulette Harden is my best friend. She has 5 books published. She found out, she wrote about Davis Avenue where we grew up on. She didn't grow up, but she did research. You would have thought she grew up on that. She wrote that Booker T. Washington was poison. And she, from a nurse's view. So it was things we didn't know about. Booker T. Washington was poison. Okay, and we ain't got to say who. Get her book, Death in 60 Days. Who silenced Booker T. Washington? I dare you. Start reading. Start reading.
Oh
Glad
yeah,
that
I
my
love reading.
buddy's on here.
Oh yeah, I love reading. Also Willie Lynch. That's a good book to read too. Willie Lynch book.
Wow. Yeah, it's a book. That's right, because they got the letter. I knew it by heart, you know. About a
Yeah.
while back, I caught a whiff of a dead slave. They're breaking down your product. What they're doing, the system is to break us down and to hurt us. And we're doing it to ourselves.
We are. We are. We are.
Please stop. Stop the
Right. 'Cause
violence.
we not
Stop.
working. We not still working in law enforcement. We got more and more. It's more black and brown being more in prison every day. You
Wow.
know, it was a young man here in the state of Texas. He was like 17. He ended up getting like 40 years in prison. Think about a 17-year-old serving time for 40 years. Just think about how he messed up he gonna be when he get out.
Yeah, I mean, and time when they go to prison, time stop right there. Huh? Come on. What they doing on the outside, it stops. So when they come back out, either they done went in there and learned to do right, which means get into that Bible, or Muslim help them. You know, they need to get into Muslim or something. But if they don't, they come right back out and think they got a better mousetrap and get caught again.
Yeah.
Because times have changed now. Got cameras out here. Ain't nothing you can do, man. I tell you what, though, it's something you can stay into that won't ever change. And that's the Bible. Get into God. Get into God. Get you some type of spiritual things up under you. Got to. You got to have somebody. Huh? But I chose Jesus Christ. Okay. That's for me. That ain't for everybody else. But I know a lot of people that are Muslim. I flew Sherazad Ali in. She wrote the Black Woman's Guide to Understanding the Black Woman back in 2000. She wrote the Black Woman Guide. It's two of them. Black Man Guide to Understanding the Black Woman and the Black Woman Guide to Understanding. She got so many books. Please Google Sherazad Ali. Jazzy Red ain't never forgot her. I flew her in. She's smart, man. The lady got a lot of sense. They didn't want to listen to her back in the day when I was coming up, or they wanted to whoop her. She'll be at a seminar, they ready to jump on her. But now the younger women, shout out to you younger ladies. Y'all listening to Sherazad Ali. Y'all researching. Shout out to the young sisters that take care of their babies. They make sure their babies are straight and dressing nice. I see you on Facebook, how you dress your babies up. Shout out to you, sister, and shout out to you, young brother, because y'all are fathers. You need a father in their life. I never met man in my life, but I had a stepfather. That helped me a little bit.
And you know what, guys, it's much needed. It's much needed. It really is. We got so much work we have to do to restore, rebuild. Just so much that we have to do, and I see it every day in our neighborhood, in our community. Somebody's going through something. Somebody's going through something. Somebody dealing with something. Somebody being abused. Somebody being sexually abused, physically abused, molested, being taken advantage of. It's going on right now in our neighborhood, our next door neighbor. You just never know what people are going through. They could be smiling on the outside, but they could be hurt on the inside. Somebody contemplating suicide, want to end it all because they get tired of things they're going through. You never know. Yeah, you never know what person going through.
Don't do it. Don't do it. I mean, the devil come to kill and destroy. He'll get you through people. He'll get you through that social media. Oh, go ahead and do it. He'll get you through your children. You know, and shout out to my kids because I used to pop, pop, pow, huh? When they did wrong, I'll whoop them. I get them. Now the baby girl didn't get no whooping till she got kind of like 18. I tried to choke that out of that good. Okay, that's my dog. That's my baby now. But you know, you can give them and help them, and they might want to hurt you. But she stayed out too late one night. I had to get her. I went back in the 70s on her. Cause we mama love you, but we gonna get you, boy. We gonna get you now, I'm telling you. But my kids, I'm very proud of them. Cause they going on to do good things. You know, they own being. I got 2 kids, my boy and my older girl, Tobin and Tamika, they drive trucks. I'm very proud of them. My baby girl, she in school, she works, she got kids, she take care of them. Well, I done retired and I ain't able to do right now. I used to try to help them, but now they doing it. And I can hit that cash app. I'm gonna hit them up. I call them and I tell them I need something. They gonna give it to me. and I try not to bother my children. I just shout out to my kids. I appreciate you having me on here, Freeman. Freeman, you remember when I flew that girl in that on that line of dolls?
Yes, I remember that. I
Um,
remember that.
they're called blessings, better blessings or something. It's a line of dolls. Freeman had to go pick her up at the airport and bring her to the mansion. Cause I don't own no mansion. My buddy, a friend of mine, do. We took her out there to the mansion. You picked her up at the airport for me.
Yeah, I
She
did.
thought we were rich, girl. We was at that mansion. I said, girl, this ain't my house. Come on in, though. This is my friend house. That ain't mine. But Freeman went and picked her up in his uniform, and it looked so great for her. She just thought we was rich. Thank you for picking up her with her doll. Bless. She's got a book out too, Freeman, too. I'll tell you about that later.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that day. I remember that. It was on a Friday. It was on a Friday. I went to pick up from the airport. I remember that day because back at home when I worked for Metro, we were doing 12-hour shifts. So I went after I got out of work, went to go pick up. That's another thing, too, ladies and gentlemen. Be a man or woman of your word. If you're going to do something for somebody, do it. If you can't do it, say,
don't let them down.
I can't do it. Don't let them down.
Don't let them down. Don't let them down. People have been let down. So people call me and tell me they need a ride to work. I said, why you calling me? Well, because my auntie told me you gonna do it. If you say you gonna do something, you gonna do it. You know. So I just have to do it. So they've let up off me a little bit. Everybody's helping everybody. People are pulling together now. Just pull together. Don't ever tell them. Don't lie to them. I'm gonna apologize. If some older person hurt you and supposed did something, I'm apologizing for them because we got to do better. We got to do better. Now we gonna do better too. And if you be around me, you gonna do better. Cause I'm gonna tell you. Look good, that ain't gonna work. I done tried some stuff. It don't work. So if something don't work, don't keep going into that dead end. Change. Pour wind. Mama told me it's a pour wind that don't change. Pour wind that don't change. You understand? Your mama gonna chastise and father gonna chastise. You won't like it now, but I promise you later on, when you have kids, you're gonna see what we talking about.
Yep.
You're gonna see what we talking about. I bet you gonna get it then. You gonna get it. Sister, you keep sister and brother on here, you man, keep doing what you do. I seen you, I watched you. You was in Mobile doing that one. You had to go. You had to go do something else. You transfer, you said, Red, I'm going to Texas. I said, wow, I'm taking my mama with me. Red. You went to Texas. You still doing it. Consistency. Young people, consistency. Do it for years. Somebody gonna notice. You do it because it need to be done.
It does. It really does. And it's truly been a blessing and honor to be here. Going on 5 years. December 18th will make it 5 years. I've been living here in Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas. It's been truly a blessing. Doors been opened up. I got to do a speaking engagement in October.
Wow.
Matter of fact, I got invited to do a outside interview with a semi-pro team here in Dallas, Texas. That's going to be September the 13th. So it's a lot of doors been opening up. So we've been doing a lot of great things here in Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas. And it's an honor to be live streaming here every weekend, every day we be doing it. So it's been truly an honor and blessing on that. So what else you got going on, Jazz? I know we be at that time frame. I want to hold you. I know you're a very productive woman. It is Saturday. I know you be out there working and stuff. So what else you got going on? How can people come and watch the show? How can they be a part of the show as well?
Okay. You can go on YouTube under the Jazzy Red Talk Show. I'm doing a repeat this week because I was tired. I've been doing them every week. I just tired, y'all. I had to take a week. I've been picking up life jackets for people because it's flooding a lot of people, a lot of places that hadn't been flooded. So life jackets. I've been picking up life jackets. Keep trying to help feed people. Go to my YouTube under the Jazzy Red Talk Show. All my shows are there. All of them are there. Pull them up. You're going to see that I'm not on my own show. Don't look to see me. I'm behind the camera talking. I film, edit, and produce. I don't want to be on my own show. I learned that if you put a subject in front of somebody, like you talk about something like sucking a lemon, it'll make their jaws go in. I took it up at school. You sit that lemon there and talk about that lemon. So sit good things there. Let them see that Bible. Preacher later, miss, please. Put that Bible up and let them see it. When you read it to them, show them scriptures. Tell them where to get them. That's what's going to give them. You show it to them, Miss Nancy. That's what's going to give them. Then let them see it. The proof is in the pudding. Okay. All right.
Amen.
I
And man,
enjoyed you, friend.
and we enjoyed you too as well. So before we get ready to part, Jazzy, do you have any words of wisdom, any sign of advice that you want to leave here with the listening audience? We're live streaming, and they will go and watch the replay in the near future.
Do the right thing. Do the right thing. That's a song. Do the right thing. It pays off. And don't let nobody tell you can't do it because they talking about themselves because they ain't did nothing. That's it.
Amen.
And that sums it up. So we're to pass it on to Nancy. Nancy, go ahead and plug in all your social media sites, lead us out, and we'll be back here this coming Tuesday for our very first episode for the month of September. Uh,
September.
so we got a big shot. We got Miss D. I call her Miss D. I can't pronounce her name. I'm bad with name. I don't want to push nobody now. Why I say D or A, whatever. But anyway, we got her coming on the show this coming Tuesday. She got the film coming out soon. I forgot the name of the film. Don't shoot me. I forgot the name of the film. It's so much work we're doing. I also have a gospel music artist coming on Wednesday.
Wow.
Here, he's out of Dallas, so he's gonna be coming on Wednesday. He's a gospel artist. Okay, so we got a lot of great stuff coming up for the month of September. So man, y'all be on the lookout for that. So Nancy, go and lead us out. All great information, and then we'll be back here this coming Tuesday.
You can find me
Thank you.
on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok on that Kingdom Chick Nancy C. Romans 10:9 says, if you confess with your mouth and believe with your heart that Jesus Christ is Lord, you shall be saved. So right now, just say, Dear Lord Jesus, I admit that I'm a sinner. I believe that you died on the cross and rose on the third day. Today, I make you my Lord and my Savior from this day forward. Fill me with your Holy Spirit and lead me for the rest of my days. In Jesus' mighty name, amen.
Amen and amen again. So man, y'all enjoy y'all Sabbath, which it is the Sabbath, of course, the 7 days. So y'all enjoy the Sabbath. Be safe out there. I know here in Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas, it's out raining. So if y'all here in Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas, it's raining outside. So man, y'all be careful on them roads. I don't know how is the weather in Mobile? I know.
Sonny. We got a Sonny for right now.
Okay, well y'all, if
Sonny.
you're in Mobile, enjoy the sunny weather. How is it weather in Miami, Nancy?
Oh, it's sunny here.
Oh
Oh,
yeah, I enjoy the sun. It's raining here in Dallas, so man, y'all be careful on the roads in Dallas. So other than
Yeah.
that, man, be safe. We be out this thing. Peace, everybody.
peace.
Peace.